With Discord getting a new CEO that worked at the Candy Crush, the game with a gazillion microtransactions, and with Discord looking into an IPO to become a publicly traded company, I think we're about to witness Discord slowly selling its soul. I'm going to look into Discord's new CEO and his questionable history. I'm going to explain how Discord becoming a publicly traded company is a bad thing for all Discord users, and finally, I'm going to warn you about how Discord will inevitably change in the future, and no one, even Discord's biggest glazers, are going to like it. But the first thing is, who is the new CEO? And it's someone named, I'm going to get their name wrong, but it's Sakhnini. In Discord's article where they talk about the new CEO, they say that Sakhnini brings over 15 years of gaming industry experience to Discord. Most recently, he was vice chairman at Activision Blizzard, managing a multi-billion-dollar portfolio, including Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush. These are companies that are known for their microtransaction hells. With Candy Crush, you have to pay money for lives if you lose, and you can also pay money to make the puzzles in the game easier. We have Activision's Call of Duty that had an AI microtransaction. They sold you AI art for I think like $20. And we have Blizzard Entertainment, who sold you a $65 horse bundle. So things already look really horrible, and if you go on the internet, everyone's gut reaction is exactly what you would expect. His past is at Activision, which means that Discord is about to paywall literally every letter, comma, and thought on the platform. It probably won't even let you log in without paying some sort of activation fee. This is the beginning of the end for Discord. Mark my words. Wonderful. Get ready for microtransactions. Get 5 chat tokens for $5 so you can talk to your friends in your private Discord server. Give it a few months and we'll have Discord loot boxes. Now, you might think these people are chronically online and just freaking out that my Discord is gonna be different. No. But these people aren't wrong. It's just not exactly what they're thinking. And to understand that, we need to look into the background, the deep, dark history of the new CEO. Because you see, it also gets worse from what I found. So there's this article by PC Gamer talking about Discord's new CEO move, and they talk about the history of Sakhnini, where they went on his LinkedIn page, which if I try going on, profile not found, so that's unfortunate. But they point out that Sakhnini spent 8 years at a business consulting firm, McKinsey & Company, before joining Activision Blizzard. Now, McKinsey & Company is known for some notable things, like their controversy fueling the opioid epidemic. In fact, Wikipedia says that they turbocharged the sales of Oxycontin during the opioid epidemic. In fact, if you look on Wikipedia, the controversies for McKinsey & Company are like nuts. Government corruption scandals. This company is pure evil, and if I magically disappear, it's because I got assassinated. But a lot of these controversies didn't happen when Sakhnini was in the company. But after he moved from that, he joined Activision Blizzard as Chief Strategy and Talent Officer in 2009, and that went all the way to 2016. And on the contrary, this was the good times of Activision. We had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I got called plenty of slurs on that, and the best of the best, Skylanders. Now, Skylanders was interesting because you didn't just buy a video game for the full price, you also had to buy collectible toys, so they managed to make more money out of people. But then in 2016, following Activision's acquisition of King, if you don't know, King is the company behind the Candy Crush, Sakhnini became the chief financial officer and then the president of the company. And the reason why people are concerned about this is because Candy Crush was the epitome of microtransactions. You basically pay money for lives. If you lose a puzzle, you lose a life, and if you run out of lives, you pay money to get your lives back quicker, or you can wait 30 minutes. You can spend money to buy boosters or power-ups, which are basically pay to win. It's a puzzle game that you're supposed to play. It's supposed to be hard. Hey, but you can pay the money to complete the puzzle. And even if you use all the boosters and all your lives and you still suck, you can just pay for extra moves, which is the whole challenge of the game. It was literally pay to complete. And there was an interview with Sakhnini where he was talking about Candy Crush. It's important to us that our games are all genuinely free to play and can be completed without making any payment at all. Have you ever played Candy Crush without spending money? It's actual torture. But if I had a credit card, I'm $30,000 in debt from Candy Crush. But the important thing is that if they can fleece money out of microtransactions from 40-year-old moms, they're going to be able to find ways to do it for the Discord e-daters. And the important thing about this is that he was part of Candy Crush after Activision acquired the company, and this was during the time when Activision Blizzard posted that 61% of their 2021 income was microtransactions. And this was also during the scandals of the $15 million sexual harassment and discrimination lawsuit that Activision Blizzard went through. But after Sakhnini being basically god for all the Candy Crush gaming mamas, he eventually in 2022 to 2023 became a vice chairman of Activision Blizzard's board. And this is during the time that Microsoft took over Activision Blizzard. They acquired Activision Blizzard. Sakhnini knows how to deal with acquisitions and public companies, and he has a whole bunch of gaming experience, which is good for Discord's growth. But with that, I want to tease a bit of a theory for a second. Now, this is obviously speculation, but the theory that I saw on the internet was that Jason Citron was potentially kicked out of his CEO position. And to understand that, let's look back at Discord's announcement. But in Discord's announcement, they specifically point out their financial performance, where they have continued strength in revenue growth and positive adjusted EBITDA for the past 5 quarters. And what this word salad acronym means is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. For normal people who aren't gaslit by business terms, it's just a fancy way of rearranging numbers so that your company looks good. Because that's all what business is. How do you rearrange stuff to make it look good when things aren't looking good? But Discord's basically saying that they're making money, which is relatively good considering Discord was hemorrhaging money. Having Discord, which is a platform that has chat, file sharing, video chat, and all the other features for 200 million monthly active users, that costs a load of money, and Discord was not really breaking even. So if they're not breaking even and they're hemorrhaging money, where did all that money magically come from? That's right, the venture capitalists, the old people with a whole bunch of money that want to make more. Discord has raised almost $1 billion in venture capital, but these venture capital investments and funding has started since November 21st, 2013. Now, you and I for a second, let's do some role play, and it's not the sexy Discord dating role play. Let's role play as an old person with a whole bunch of money. So in 2013, I gave Discord millions of dollars. And 12 years later, I still have not received a single dollar back. I kind of want my money back. I'm going to die at some point. I'm already like 80. And while this is happening, while I've wasted 12 years of my life just staring at Discord, Discord has announced that they're becoming a publicly traded company. They said that like a year or two ago. Well, they said they had plans to. And Discord has also declined Microsoft buying out Discord for at least $10 billion. So at this point, the old man that wants his money now before he dies is probably really pissed off. So there's a theory that they eventually got so mad that they told Jason, hey, you're going way too slow. We want our money now. And they kind of kicked him out. They pressured him off. And they replaced it with the microtransaction guy and someone with experience in public companies. And that's where people are freaking out. Because to understand how big of a change this is, you need to understand how the old CEO, Jason Citron, actually was really good at his job. Now, I am intentionally ignoring all the child safety lawsuits that Discord has gone through and Discord going to the US government and all that stuff. The good part of Discord is how they've managed to make money without making things and it's especially true with Discord's quest feature. Now, Discord calls these quests advertisements, but they're not as torturous as mobile game ads that pop up and tell you to buy like wiener pills. But Discord's advertising is different. It advertises a game or a movie trailer to you, and when you watch the movie trailer, you unlock an avatar decoration or a day of Discord Nitro as a reward. So it's brilliant. Like, if you want something for Discord for free, all you have to do is just go through the ad. And these ads don't pop up in your face super crazy. They're a little invasive. If your friend's playing a game, it'll show you a little icon and maybe push you to play the game as well. But when you open up Discord, it doesn't just say, hey, play Raid Shadow Legends right now. You want to, you know you want to. So Discord has managed to find a system that has advertisements that people do engage with that has a positive experience. It's not horrible pop-up ads. And with this new CEO, considering he's worked in the game industry for 10 years, this dude has connections to a whole bunch of different gaming companies, which means that there will probably be more Discord quests. That is something I can objectively say will happen. But let's get to the bad stuff, because I don't necessarily think the CEO is bad. The bad problem is the second part of Discord's announcement, where they say they want to become a publicly traded company. So that means if you search up Discord, they'll have a little stock price. It goes up and down. You'll have the Andrew Tate wannabes pretending they're day traders, lose thousands of dollars on it. But when you become a publicly traded company, your priorities legally change to something else. When you become a publicly traded company, you now have a legal fiduciary. I like fiduciary. But according to Discord's fiduciary douchey duties for business douches is the third duty of loyalty, which requires Discord acting in the shareholders' best interests. The people that put money in Discord's company, and generally speaking, shareholders just don't even know what the Discord is, right? They don't know what is a Nitro, what is a Discord e-dating. Oh, my son uses it, and he chats to this one girl who's actually not a girl. He got catfished about it, but it's okay. But this is where we're going to see the decline of Discord, because Discord now needs to start making shareholders happy by making more and more money. And there's 3 specific ways they can do that. The first one is just making more monetized features. That's just inevitable. Even if there wasn't a new CEO or a public offering, Discord is always going to add more and more features. Like right now, they're working on ways where you can spend your Discord server boost to get a tag next to your name. So when you type in chat, it'll show like 4 letters and an icon. And they also have another thing where you can get gradient rules so that your name in chat is rainbow. Why? Money! I've also shown you in a previous video that Discord is working on voice changers, and this hasn't come out yet, but what Discord could also do is they could give you AI voices of video game characters like Master Chief from Halo, Blinks from Blinks the Time Sweeper, Absolute Heater game soundtrack. They could make those video game voices paid DLC. You give Discord a little extra money, you can now talk like Master Chief. In fact, I think during Halloween or April Fool's, maybe both of them, Discord had a system where you could customize your notification sounds, and it was only for the event, but Discord could make paid notification sound packs. And again, with the gaming integration, you could have gaming sounds, League of Legends pings as your notifications, just in case you didn't want to speed run to the grave already. In fact, there were features that Discord made that they kind of rolled back, like sound emojis and emoji confetti, where you would pay money to have an emoji like confetti on your screen, and it cost like $1 or something. It was a complete waste of money, but expect to see that come back. The content on this stuff is going to be comedy. But what happens when Discord runs out of ideas? Or these new features that they're adding, people just don't care about it anymore. What happens next? And the second way Discord is going to try and make money is by getting more users on their platform. And Discord has already made a step to do this, because Discord was working on something called Discord Social SDK, where basically you could chat in a video game and it would go to a Discord server, and you can chat in a Discord server and it would go to a video game. It integrates all of Discord's chat features into video games and makes it easier for game developers to deal with chat. You just kind of use Discord as your backend. And this already happens in Rust, but what this means is that if you have a popular video game that uses Discord, they're probably going to make a Discord account, and now you have more users on Discord you can sell Nitro to, or get them to buy a feet lover avatar decoration. But assuming that flops, there's also a chance that Discord will stop being for gamers, because right now it is definitely for gamers. They have doubled down on that. It might switch back to being for everyone like they did in COVID to try and get more users, which doesn't seem like a bad idea, but now think of quests. If Discord is for everyone, Discord quests will be like those old phone apps where it's like, watch an ad to earn points to redeem gift cards. But what happens when Discord's growth slows down? Less people are joining Discord, so less people are buying stuff. What do you do next? And this might actually come sooner, but remember, modern day capitalism, make more money until you die. And how do you make more money? By spending less money. So they cut costs. They lay off a whole bunch of Discord staff. Discord is no stranger to ruining people's financial stability, so they might lay off a whole bunch of people, and all of Discord's moderation problems that I have yapped about plenty of times, it's just gonna get worse. But then we get to Discord squeezing its users, the last final bit of selling your soul in shittification. You can only be in 10 Discord servers unless you pay for Discord Nitro. You can have 100 people on your server, but if you want 1,000, you need to boost your server. Or if you have a really big Discord server, you now have to pay Discord money just to have the privilege of using Discord. But you can only have 10 friends in your voice chat unless you boost your Discord server by giving us money. I also want to point out that on Discord, you can go to any DM or any channel and you can scroll up to the very top and it will keep every single one of your messages. Discord is storing a whole bunch of people's messages, attachments, files, photos, everything. Since the channel was created, that is a lot of storage on Discord servers. And if they're trying to cut costs, they might delete messages in the future. And it's not that far of a reach because Discord already has an inactive account deletion system where if you haven't used your Discord account for more than 2 years, then your account will be scheduled to be deleted. And finally, I think this will probably happen sooner rather than later, but I think the biggest form of enshittification that will really make people move away from Discord are pop-up ads. Whether it be 6 months from now or 10 years from now, I don't know, but it is inevitable. And if you remember, Discord became popular because Skype was so bad that people moved to Discord. That's just going to repeat itself. Discord is going to get so bad that people are going to move to something else. What will replace Discord is completely up in the air. You could have some company like Steam step in to try and replace Discord because they already have a whole bunch of money and they're already installed on a whole bunch of people's computers anyways. But if if you are looking for a Discord alternative, I have talked about a handful before. Personally, Guilded sucks, Federated stuff is kind of difficult, Revolt's pretty good, but it has its problems, and I will in the future be looking at TeamSpeak from the perspective of a Discord user. And from people on Twitter saying that TeamSpeak is going to save us, I'd definitely wait and see, because when you try using it, it's painful. But wrapping things up, with this initial public offering and this new CEO, these people on Twitter complaining about how Discord is going to become a piece of shit, they're right. It's just a matter of time when it will happen. But Jesus Christ, when Discord dies, I'll have no idea what I'm going to do with this channel. So you guys let me know, please. All right, bye-bye. I love you. Mwah.